Hello everyone, this is Joanna the Medium and welcome back to my channel. These are going to be readings for June 2016. First and foremost, for all of you who are watching and subscribed, for all of you who have emailed and commented on all my readings, particularly in May. I've had literally hundreds of emails and comments for my May readings. I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate this, and I always say I'll appreciate it more than you will ever know. But I just want to make sure I give you my gratitude for being on YouTube and growing. Keep in mind these are general readings, so they may not apply to everyone, and actually probably will not. That would be quite unusual. Also, keep in mind that it's sometimes useful to listen to your rising sun and your other signs, as these will perhaps sometimes or some months offer more of a complete package of what is happening in your life. Sometimes your dominant sign or your sun sign may not be telling you a full story certain months, and some other times the other signs will complete the picture for you. As far as May is concerned, there was a bit of a turbulent waters in May, even though it was more peaceful than the last 4 or 5 months prior to May. I am being shown June to be much more celebratory. There's an aspect of social gathering, family gathering. I see people cheering, weddings, birthdays. I see a lot of outside social events. But we are coming up to the summer months, so obviously that kind of goes with the territory. But the message is that it is going to be a month filled with laughter and joy. Particularly, I want to say the mid to the third week of June is what I'm being shown, and then I'm being told the word weddings. So, and also baby showers. So, whoever you are, you will understand what this means. I don't think there's anything else I want to address. And of course, if you would like to book a reading, you can contact me through my website, which will be down below in the information, or just simply email me at info@joannathemedium.com. And again, I want to thank you so much for all of you who have booked readings with me. You keep me hopping and keep me busy, and that is something that I'm absolutely grateful for and about. So without further ado, let's get started with each individual reading. Okay, I'll see you in a moment. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Gemini for June 2016. I am battling some kind of a cold that I'm unable to shake for the last few days. So if you hear me coughing, I apologize. I've been delaying the videos for as long as I can, but I can't delay it any longer. Otherwise, you're not going to get it in a reasonable time. So I'm just going to plow through it and see how it goes. Hopefully it's not going to affect the reading in a negative way. So just as before, first of all, thank you so much for coming back. Just as before, I'm going to tune into Spirit and see if there's any additional message or any message that Spirit would like you to know, Geminis, before I flip the cards over. Patience within yourself and patience for those of others. For patience is the only way for you to move forward right now. Do not be concerned with what is awaiting, for what is awaiting is greater than what you can think of. Your mind is not susceptible to thinking in positive ways. Your mind can only conjure the things that are upcoming that may be of a negative consequence to you. We ask you to have patience within yourself, and patience with those of others. for this is the only way for you to proceed at this moment. Okay, let's see what happens. I always hope that the cards corroborate the message. So since the word patience was very prominent, let's see if the card also comes up, which will be very interesting. So the card that represents your current situation, or the theme for your general reading, we have the card called Heartache and Loss. This is card pertaining to your mental state of mind. I believe in a traditional tarot, it is the card of swords or three of swords, but it was shown to me in reverse. So when I ask the question what this is about, I am being told and I'm being shown that you, or whoever this pertains to from the sign of Gemini, are walking away from something or someone that was recent, and there was an ending around this. So whether this is an ending of a relationship or an ending of a job or a situation where things have ended, I see you walking away from something or someone and leaving this behind. Though there is a sense of contemplation around it, I hear the words what if. There is a sense of pride I hear as well, and I don't know which side this pertains to. But although the situation obviously wasn't a comfortable one, I do see you walking away proud, with your head held high, and leaving something to be no longer a part of your life. So again, he's saying to me, do not be concerned about your past. About your future. For your future is well taken care of. If you could only just see it in your mind, you'd be able to articulate exactly what it is that you're looking for. So there seems to be a disconnect between what you think is going to happen or what you want for yourself, and it's still very much clouded by what has just happened. And I'm seeing the number 3. Actually, this card is number 3, and he's saying to me 3. So this could have happened within 3 days ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, could be 3 years ago, but there's some prominence with the number 3 as far as timeline is concerned, or maybe there's a number 3 somehow connected to you other than the timeline. Okay, so that's the theme. And again, I'm being told to say to you, do not worry about your future. So very, very important for you to know. Now, influences or past influences that are affecting your situation. We have the card called Recognition and Rewards. And this is again number 3. So there is a theme here. He just reminded me that 3 also stands for March, so perhaps this happened in March, or somehow March is connected to this. This is an earth element card pertaining to your finances, career, possessions, homes, could be health, could also be relationships. And it says on the bottom, recognition and reward. So this is past influences. And when I ask him what this is signifying in this particular instance, he is saying to me the word cheated. Whether you were cheated on, whether you felt like the situation cheated you out of some important components. This doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, romantic cheating. It could be situation with work or friends, and cheating doesn't necessarily have to be an romantic or sexual, but it could pertain to, could be cheated out of money. There's some component of cheating, and he's saying to me being taken advantage of. He's also saying to me that whoever this is for, you are not expecting this. I would assume, cheating is something that we typically don't expect, though in some situations we could probably foresee it. But he's saying this is not something you have expected and it took you by surprise. However, even though it did take you by surprise, there is an element of this that you either thought about, it crossed your mind, or you had an intuitive feeling in the pit of your stomach, he says to me. So, but for the most part, I feel that it was dismissed and it was just one of those fleeting moments that you had and life went on. So those are the past influences that are still connecting to where you are right now. Now, the next card pertains to the future. We have the card called Transformation. Perfect. Your first major arcana. I love this card because this card always represents to me coming out of the shadows, coming out of darkness, coming out of a place where you felt subdued, suppressed, unfulfilled, uncared for or not cared for. The background in this card is dark, so basically you are coming out of darkness. So the potential of what has happened, if the fact there was an element of cheating, it is going to allow you to have a tremendous transformation within yourself, where you are going to take a deep look at yourself, and you are going to reevaluate the types of relationship you want to attract and the types of people you want to connect with. And he's saying to me that there is a pattern with what had happened to you. Not necessarily a pattern with regards to cheating, though that can be, but there's a pattern of connecting people or attracting people who have tendencies with an underhanded behavior. This lady, I always see this as a horse. The green on her body represents emotional freedom. I'm hearing certainly emotional healing. The wings behind her stand or represent a sense of flight and sense of flight, sense of freedom. When I say flight, I don't mean fleeting, I mean flying. A sense of being free from something that once was but is no longer, which is this. Okay? So the potential for you to be transformed in a profound way is very much there in front of you. And again, I'm getting the number 3. So this will start to happen, or you will start to feel this happening, internal changes within the number 3. It could be 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. I want to go with 3 weeks and 3 months. I don't want to go as far as 3 years, but 3 weeks, 3 months, that's what I get. Again, I'm getting the number March, the word March. Somehow I feel March is connected to this. Maybe whoever this is pertaining to, as far as who is connected to this equation, is from the sign, from the month of March. Our birthday is in March. There's something about March. Okay, I also heard the word father. So if this is somehow connected to a father figure, I couldn't even think of how, but this doesn't make sense to me. Maybe father is connected to March. There's something around the month of March. I also saw the number 1969. So perhaps for some of you, you are born in 1969. And if that's the case, this message is bang on for you. Okay, so this is a beautiful card. He says to me 13 is a lucky number. We humans have made it unlucky for the most part. I don't. I actually think 13 is a number just like anybody else. But he's asking me to add this, and that creates a 4. 4 is number of foundation and stability. However, 4 also represents to me that there is the stability in the foundation is just at the beginning of it, so that at the stage of being built. So you are transforming, and that is going to allow you to have a new, stronger foundation, emotionally speaking and spiritually speaking, going forward. So that is a beautiful card. And he's reminding me that is precisely why he said at the very beginning when I was channeling to be patient with yourself, because this is very much a process you are going through. And he's saying to me, not an easy one to go through. Challenges typically are not easy, but whatever has happened to you has left you heavy-hearted and not feeling good about things in general. So, but that's in the past. You're moving away from this. And I have the need to say this. Be happy that it happened now and not 5 years from now. For whatever reason, it is important for me to say this. He's asking me not to analyze it. So when this hits you, when you resonate with this, you will know exactly what I mean. Okay? Now, the next card represents the reason behind this card, or the reason behind what happened. And we have the card called the Waiting Game. This is very interesting. Number 2. And he's saying to me choices, and I hear career. Now, this is a spiritually oriented card. I believe it's a suit of wands in a tarot deck. Please don't quote me because I'm horrible when it comes to tarot cards. You guys know that. But he is saying to me that choices had to be made. These choices required a lot of contemplation on your part. He's actually asking me to point at this figure here. I've never actually noticed this, or I've never paid attention. And he's saying to me that the choices and the waiting component seemed to be very big. So this was a situation that was quite substantial. And I'm saying this because he's saying it to me, but he's also showing me how this hourglass clock, I believe that's what, sand clock, I forget what it's called, in comparison to this man is so big. Okay, so that represents the enormity of the situation. And I also want to say that you were stuck. It very much feels like a situation where not only you don't know where to move, but you are somehow stuck and feeling like you're unable to move. Perhaps this stuckness was contributed by fear, reluctance. I don't know what it is, but there's a feeling of stuckness and being unable to move. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this card because this is just feeding more information about why things happened the way they did. But because that's in the past, I want to move on. And I want to move on to the card that represents the potential of what was and what will be as far as you're concerned. Okay. This is solar plexus. Again, it's the number 2. So you have 2 3s, 2 2s, and a card 13, which also has a number 3 in it. Very interesting. When I tune into the number 3 in this particular spread for you, I want to say that there were 3 of you in a relationship, not 2. So if this was in fact about somebody who cheated, well, they obviously was with somebody else, which would have made 3, not 2. But there's a third component, there's a third party to this. And you will understand what I mean, because I'm not getting any examples, but my guide is very specific about not interpreting this for you, because the moment I interpret it, you will hear it a certain way, and then your mind is not free to open up to how that correlates to you, because you're more in tune with what I'm saying. So he's asking me just to leave it leave the interpretation to you. Having said that, the potential of this is that first of all, solar plexus is in your abdomen. It is an area that is associated with how you feel about yourself, how you feel about yourself with respect to the world, how you feel the world sees you. This is an area, incidentally, he's saying to me, where emotional hurt gets stuck a lot, and the word anger and resentment get stuck. So because this card was shown to me in reverse, there is a potential for you to hold a bit of resentment about what happened. But remember this experience has the tremendous potential to profoundly change you at a core level. So in a roundabout way, what's being said is, consider this a blessing in disguise. And remember when he was saying that be happy, be glad it happened now and not 5 years from now or years from now or some time from now. So this is a blessing in disguise, and you are being urged not to hold grudges, not to hold contempt towards the other party or towards the situation, and just allow it to go, because it will not serve you going forward. The more you hold on to the feelings of hurt and resentment, the longer it's going to take you to open up for the next possibility, which will be more aligned with what you're looking for, emotionally speaking, emotionally wise. Now remember, this could pertain to career, this could pertain to relationship, this could pertain to any sort of situation, but it is something that is very dear or was very dear to you. So that is for sure. Again, he says the word patience. So be patient with yourself. Know that good times are coming, and I'm seeing the number 4. So I'm going to say within the next 4 months, I want to say 4 months, not 4 weeks, could be 4 weeks, but I'm being pushed towards 4 months. Within the next 4 months, you will understand how this situation has impacted you and how it turned out to be a positive experience after all. You can't see it yet because it's too raw, it's too fresh, and it's too painful still, whatever this is. But this is what's going to happen because of it. Transformation. And it is for the better. I just want to make sure that I say that, even though I think you do know that. Okay? I hope this was helpful. Please keep in mind, this is a general reading. If this does not make sense, look at your other signs, because they may paint a better picture or a clearer picture of what's going on. And of course, if you would like to make an appointment for a private session to see what this is about, specifically, by all means, the information you can contact me at the information below. I look forward to seeing your comments, to hearing your comments. Thank you so much again for watching. My apologies about the cold, and I look forward to seeing you in July. Until then, I wish you best of luck. Bye.